The 3 P's: preparedness, practicality, paranoia, pickup truck. 4 P's. Truck tour, let's go. On the outside is a pretty much bone stock with the exception of a few America additions that I added to it. And that's, yeah, I didn't change anything on the outside of the truck really. Tonneau cover. I went with a Rough Country tonneau cover. I had Rough Country before and it's fantastic. I had another brand of tonneau cover that like was twice the price, but you could stand on it. I never stood on it, believe it or not. Like, it's got a 300-pound weight rating on the tonneau cover. I don't know why you'd ever stand on your tonneau cover. So this one does the exact same thing. Keeps all the weather out from the inside, nice rubber seals on it, and it keeps everything secure in the bed of the truck. Keeps the honest people honest, you know what I mean? The truck is a 2024 Silverado 2500 HD LT trim package. I was gonna get the little badge down here that says Dan and call it Lieutenant Dan, but I didn't. Let's get into bed. One of my favorite features on this truck, and it was like a non-negotiable for me, was this tailgate, because it's got what I call the old man step. In addition to the old man step, it has an old man handle. Shout out to the old men out there. It also makes it really nice for like hauling 2x4, stuff like that. They can stick right out the top of this without having the whole tailgate open. It's much more secure that way. I prefer the fold top style tonneau cover because it will give you access to almost the entire bed when fully opened. All right, we'll go over what I have in the bed of the truck. This is kind of where the preparedness starts, you know, and practicality for that matter. This actually belongs up in the cab, but I had moved it. This thing's amazing. You're gonna love this. We'll show you that when we get into the cab. It's not just a backpack, trust me. Okay, so this tote here, this is kind of my truck tote, and it's got everything in it. I like to keep a large tool bag with pretty much everything that I need at any point. You know, for roadside repairs, fixing stuff. If I go to someone's house and something needs to be fixed, if I go to my dad's and need a tool, you know, pretty much anything. I just be able to like to have it with me in case I got to fix something. Then we got a hammock. You know, you always never know when you're gonna need a hammock. A second hammock, that's also important. Wait, no, I'm sorry. One hammock. This one is like a beach cover, like you would put it over, you know, on tent poles. Air compressor, tow strap, extension cord, because this truck does have 110 outlets. I can power something off the extension cord. Tie down straps, bungee cords. These are sandbags for weighing stuff down, like if we put up a tarp at the beach or something, put up some kind of canopy. This is actually considered a snap strap, and it's from Alltop. I've liked Alltop products. So this strap will, you see it there, it kind of stretches a bit. So you would hit the end of the strap with someone hooked to it, and it would flex, and that gives you extra pulling power to get them unstuck. You can actually pull, a light vehicle can pull out a heavier vehicle with a snatch strap and somebody that knows what they're doing. I used to do a lot of four-wheeling, so I've used one many a times. I like the Alltop strap, so I figured the air compressor's got to be pretty good too, right? This is like a four-wheel drive, what you would use for off-roading and stuff. Air compressor when you want to air your tires down, so it came with a really nice hose, nice heavy-duty air compressor for airing up tires. You know, we have the camper and the truck, and they both have higher PSI tires on them. So I didn't want some small, you know, we keep a small one in Priscilla's car. It has standard car tires. This says heavy duty truck tires. They run at 60 and 80 PSI. I'll link everything that I love in the video description. And if it sucks, I'll tell you that too, all right? So that's that box. Water. You know, whether it be you're stranded on the side of the road, the vehicle breaks down, you're in the middle of nowhere, you don't have cell phone service. I think we rely too much on emergency providers. Love them, love what they do, but they're not always available. You can't always reach them. So having that water on hand could literally be life or death. I just like having water in the vehicle. It makes me feel safer knowing that I have good drinking water. That water will last a long time. First of all, it's been treated by the city, so it's got chlorine in it. Which keeps it for a real long time, and those jugs are designed to keep it from going bad. Also, car overheats, you can add water to it straight from the jug. It's nice to have water on hand when you need it. If somebody gets injured, I'll refresh the water about about once a year, and it will last. Sometimes I'll keep a diesel can when we do an RV trip. I'll keep a can of diesel in here as well, just to have an extra 5 gallons, you know, in case we're out in the Midwest somewhere and no pumps in South Dakota for however long and we're running low. Just to be safe. I'd rather be prepared than not, or paranoid, however you want to put it. So this is my bailout box. It has little padlocks on it. I don't want anybody getting into it. This is an emergency box. This is like, you've got to leave your vehicle. You have, you know, civil unrest, natural disaster. For some reason, you've got to leave your vehicle. I could make a whole video on this box. It's a bailout box. So there's a bunch of stuff in here. There's a couple of backpacks with water bladders built into them that are stuffed in there. There's bunch of survival gear, basically, is what it is. But let me know if you want me to do a video on this box. I have one in this vehicle, and I actually have one that's supposed to be in Priscilla's car, but it's not in there, so I gotta get that in there. But I've kitted them both out pretty similar. And then this chair, this always stays in my truck. This is my swing hammock chair. I love it to death. I love it to pieces. It's so comfy. Okay, y'all ready for the crown jewel of the pickup bed? Oh, first, this is my taco net. It is called a taco net because you can put stuff in it and hold it like groceries or whatever, but then also keeps things from sliding forward and sliding back. Love the taco net. Definitely put that in the video description. There are cheaper versions of this, but this thing, it's literally the best one. Okay, the crown jewel of the bed. That's what my wife calls me, by the way. So this is a refrigerator. It was sent to me. The company sent it out to me, so it's H calorie. But this thing is just, I took it recently on a road trip up to my parents' house, and I was able to carry cold drinks with me and stuff like that. Then brought like fresh eggs back. Which the eggs didn't go in here, but I brought a bunch of refrigerated stuff back. I had sourdough starter, all kinds of stuff. All went in here and kept cold. You know, I kind of road trip a little different than the family does. I'll grab a couple of cold sandwiches, throw them in the cooler, and just drive until I run out of fuel. So this thing was amazing for that. It has a lot of preset modes. Oh, it's plugged into the truck too, by the way. Like I said, I have 110 volt in the bed of the truck, so as long as the truck's running, the fridge is powering. And then when I shut the truck off, it stays cold for a good long time. You can see how thick the walls are on this thing. It's well insulated. So you can just manually change the temperature in this thing. That's pretty much what I've been doing, but there are like pre-programmed modes that you can go through. It'll even freeze food, which is mind-blowing. That little 12 volt fridge will, like, the technology we have nowadays. I mean, a fridge is not, you know, that's not mind-blowing technology, but the fact that I got it in the bed of my truck, that's crazy. But it has preset modes too that you can go scroll through and just kind of get the desired temperature. If you just want to keep something chilled, you want to take wine to the neighbors, you can keep it at that perfect 53 degrees. I don't know what wine temperature is supposed to be. I don't drink it very often, but you get the point. With the tonneau cover down, you imagine the sun beating down on it. It was August, headed to my parents' house. The fridge stayed I had it at 42, 43 degrees set, and it stayed at that the entire time. I was shocked. I really thought it was going to struggle to keep temperature because, you know, ambient temperature will also impact a refrigerator's performance, and it kept it perfectly at 43 degrees. I was blown away. Excellent fridge. So it does come with, it comes with the 110 plug, your regular household plug, but then it also comes with a 12 volt plug that you just plug into like your cigarette lighter adapter, that sort of thing. This thing has been fantastic. It just lives in my truck now. I keep it here all the time. I want to use it at the beach. I want to go, when we go tent camping, I'm going to use this. Like, I have so many great ideas for this thing. All right, let's jump into this because this is one of my favorite things as well. It's so cool. I know it just kind of looks like a backpack, and that's the point of it. It's supposed to look just like a low-key, chill backpack. You're not doing anything crazy, right? Whatever. But yeah, so this is a backpack that I keep in my bag, in my truck all the time, but I don't keep it in the bed of the truck, and I don't keep it in backpack form. I just moved it back here because I was making space in there when I was moving stuff in my truck. But this panel will unzip all the way. It's a transformer. That's what it is. These straps pop off. You need to get to things in your bag. You're out in the middle of the woods. You're, you know, running from the zombies, the zombie apocalypse. You can sit on this thing, on this beaver tail that it's got. You can kneel down on it and work on somebody if you need to provide medical care to them, whatever. But look at this. Look how that's organized. I'll show you the cool trick it does. Let's go get in the cab. So this bag is made by Helicon Tex, I believe is how you say the name of the manufacturer. But what really makes this unique is how accessible it is just for everyday use, or, you know, quick access in case of an emergency. Okay, I was driving way too fast. That sort of scenario, you know? So that beaver tail tucks behind the bag, and then this mounts to the back of your seat with the included straps. How cool is that? So there it is. Everything mounted right here. I have a trauma kit, big knife all strapped in, life straw, water bottle. You can dip that thing basically right into like a lake or ditch or creek or whatever and drink right out of the bottle. I have a variety. Again, I could go through this bag in a whole nother video, a variety of like survival type things, but even just practical daily stuff like rain gear, you know, when you need it. This is a small tool bag where I keep like a tire pressure gauge, small screwdriver, multi-tool, stuff like that for when you need it. Just kind of on the side of the road, grab a tool real quick without having to climb into the bed of the truck and fish out the tool bag. Of course, in the event that I'm jumping out of the truck and grabbing this bag because there's an emergency, because this is considered a bailout bag, I would pull the tool bag off, probably not carry that with me, replace that with something else that's more like survival based in that scenario. But okay, let's go over the rest of the cab of the truck. It just gets more and more fun from here. So it's kind of funny, I don't really use like your typical compartments. I like the hidey compartment, the hidden ones. This truck has lots of them. I don't use the space under the seat. It's empty right now. I keep that open for like storing stuff. You know, we go to the store or whatever, anyone that tucks something under the seat. I carried the eggs from my mom's back under the seats. They wouldn't get busted. So I try to keep that empty underneath. I do have an upgrade that I want to do to it. We'll talk about that, the upgrades at the end of what I want to change about the truck in the future. But hidden compartment right here behind the seat, I have an assortment of refills for a wireless hole puncher. I have it all organized into little bags. Listen, sometimes I get obsessed about a subject and I go on Amazon and I buy heavy duty bags with silica pouches to go in each bag so I can organize and itemize, and I know exactly what I have. So, you know, I've got a variety of refill sizes for pretty much every scenario, any application that I need. Just keep them in there. They stay dry, they stay operational. You wanna know a pet peeve of mine? Having stuff in the door pockets. There's an iPhone cord in there because that is my son's. Other than that, I hate having things in door pockets. It drives me crazy. It slides around, makes noise, can't stand it. My daughter has autism, so we have this strap in case we get into an accident or whatever, emergency, you know, first responders need to assist her with something. She has this strap right here. It actually has her emergency information on the inside as well. So emergency info inside is what it says on the strap, and it says that she has autism. She is nonverbal, so it says may not respond to verbal commands. So it's important, you know, in case we are somehow not able to assist. Just keep a little backpack back here that's got like a change of clothes, wet wipes, stuff like that. Primarily for Abigail, for my daughter, just in case we need something. Pop quiz, which P is that? Prepare? Is that the first one? I think that's the first one. We've got this super tactical backseat mount here. It's Molly. You can mount like an axe on it or a shovel or whatever cool stuff you want to put on there. But I don't have it on there for that reason. My daughter will tend to put her feet in the back of the seat when she's adjusting herself or putting her shoes on or whatever. It literally, all it does is protect the back of the seat. Rigid plastic, Molly material, keeps her from putting her foot through on the fabric back there. That's it. I've had one in a vehicle for many years just because of that reason. She has her iPad back here, not just for entertainment, but she can communicate with it. She has her communication app loaded into that iPad, and she can talk to us while we're going down the road. Even if she doesn't have her communication device like within reach, sometimes it'll be on the other side of the car and she can talk to us. She can watch YouTube videos, whatever. You'll notice there's no plugs plugged in on the console back here. She also has some OCD tendencies, so that'll be important later. Onward to the front of the truck. Like I talked about, no plugs, nothing plugged in up on the dash. Everything is inside the center console because she will unplug everything. She just has to do it. She can't help herself. Everything has to be unplugged at all times. Glove box, actually that's locked. There's nothing in it. I don't think anything. Maybe like the manual, the original manual from the truck. That's it. It's locked because she likes to open it and close it. She'll ride in the front with me on the way to school. This is kind of cool. So this up here is a secret hidden compartment. It's got a button over here. Push that, and I keep napkins in it. That's I told you I don't use the normal compartments for normal things. It's just that one whole compartment, all I do is keep napkins in it, but it's got this cool hidden button over here. You can put something super secret in there. It's also just nice to have those compartments open for when you do road trips and stuff. You can put road snacks in there, you know, whatever. You know, my wife wants to put something in there, she can put whatever she wants. And I just like having them open. We're starting to sweat, folks. Let's kick the truck on here. I love that this car has Google built into it. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. Just being able to like tell it directions, but actual Google built, like an Android phone, Google built in, not the junky car navigation that trucks used to come with. This is my phone mount over here. This is a Peak Design phone mount. It's got a super strong magnet on it, and it locks on there, and it also charges. I ran the cord. I don't like cords sticking out. It's a pet peeve of mine, but I ran the cord back behind the dash, and it comes all the way around, down under here, and into the center console. This is how we get past the unplugging things. This is Priscilla's cord, my wife's cord for charging her phone. My center console is kind of like a junk drawer, so to speak. It's kind of how I use it. Phone charger, in case, you know, whatever charger, camera charger, this will charge. It'll charge anything that takes USB-C, so I keep that. This is what I use to charge all the devices, and the other advantage is not just because she won't plug it in, it charges so much faster, like a lot faster, than your standard plugs that you have in any vehicle. So you get a full charge on it. I do use these outlets here. So this is the one that her iPad is plugged into, and then this one goes directly to this flashlight right here. This is my Olight flashlight, and the sheath for it actually charges the light. See, it's got a magnetic on the bottom, and it plugs in and charges right through there. This is my favorite Olight. I don't remember what model it is. I will link it down below. I am an affiliate with Olight. They're a fantastic company, but I just love the wheel on it for adjusting the brightness. And this thing gets ridiculous bright. This is like get out of the truck, gotta find something, assist on the side of the road, flag down other cars, that kind of thing. Like, that is a serious flashlight, but it's always charged because we're prepared, guys. Keys for the camper, water flavoring, USB-C charging cord. This is a bottle opener. I don't really ever use it for bottle opener, but it does do this. That way your car's not dinging at you the whole time. And obviously, wear your seatbelt, be safe, all those things. But this is super handy when you're hooking up the camper, jumping in and out of the truck. The constant dinging will drive you absolutely mad. But when you're doing those slow speed maneuvers where you gotta, you know, you're in and out, trying to get into a spot to load up the truck, you know, when you're at Lowe's or whatever, just popping that in real quick, and then you don't have to stress about it. Beef jerky, I don't know, snap it to a Slim Jim. I want to clarify something. You probably saw in the center console that there was another wireless hole puncher refill. I don't expect war to break out. I go to the range, I'll go skeet shooting, you know, clay pigeons, not real pigeons, clay pigeons. Skeet shooting is one of my favorite hobbies, like, just to be clear. But also, protect yourself, you know what I'm saying? So my truck registration is in here, and I have like a backup credit card and a little bit of cash, things like that. That's super important to have. Always have some cash stashed somewhere in your vehicle. Don't steal my cash just because you saw this video. It's not a lot, okay? It's not worth it, trust me. It's just enough, you know, someone's card reader's not working, you need to get gas, you need to get fuel or whatever, and you got it. There's a reason why I keep my registration up there, though. I'll go over that in a second. Okay, so on this visor, this is my super fancy visor organizer. This is my sunglasses holder for my spare sunglasses. It is probably empty because I did not bring sunglasses last time I drove, and then my spares become my primary. You know how that goes. But I like to keep a spare pair in there when I'm traveling. In case I forget them somewhere, leave them in the camper or whatever. I have to have sunglasses when I drive. Another multi-tool, because you just can't have enough multi-tools, you know what I mean? Coast Guard flag, pocket knife. I usually have a pocket knife in my pocket, but just in case, this is the one that came with this Leatherman, so it goes there. This was my super fancy Olight that they sent me as like a thank you for being one of their people, one of their ambassadors. So just a nice little Olight. I keep it up there. That's like, I gotta look at a thing in my truck. I don't need the surface of the sun like the other one is, the giant flashlight. And a pen. You always need a good pen. A pen for writing. That feels obvious and doesn't need to be explained. So when I'm driving, I usually have my wallet out of my pocket, and I'll keep my wallet right up there. It sits right up there in that little slot. And then I have my registration and proof of insurance up here. And the reason why is I can keep my hands visible. If I do get pulled over, I keep my hands visible. No reason to make the officer nervous. If I show him my CWP and my license, you know, I can pull it out, pull out my registration, and hand it right to the officer. Never got to reach down for anything. That's, you know, I'm not out here trying to get ventilated, so why not just make it easier? So a couple of things I want to add in the future is I do want to put a winch bumper on this truck and mount a winch on it. I would just like to have that ability to get myself unstuck or pull other people out, you know, especially when we're pulling the camper behind us. That's a lot of weight, you know, to give the truck some help if we get in a sticky situation, pulling an 8,000 pound, 10,000 pound when it's loaded camper. And then I want to get a lockbox that fits. It goes the full length underneath the rear bench seat, and you can store all kinds of things in there, keep them secure and safe back there. So those are just really the two things I want to do. Other than that, maybe I'll do a light tint on the front windows, but that's it. She's going to stay just the way she is. I like her the way she is. My school of thought here is just to be prepared for anything, and for as much as I can. You know, I think most preparedness is in your head. Like, you have to be mentally prepared for things to occur, for things to happen. There's no reason, though, if you have, you know, a small tool set, if you have water, if you have, you know, a backpack that you can throw in there, a good pair of shoes, some socks, you know, because my number one thing is, like, if I'm away from the house and something happens, something terrible happens, and I'm not able to drive anymore, I want to make sure I can get home to my family. So that's my number one goal, is to be able to get home. And I don't, you know, I'm not talking about like a long road trip. I'm talking if I drive 12 miles away from here. I don't know if you've ever hiked 12 miles before, but it's like a day's hike, you know. So you want to be ready and prepared for that. One thing I do keep in my in the go bag that goes on the backrest is a couple of protein bars, the Clif bars, you know, food meal replacement bars, basically. The Clif bars, they met an early demise. My daughter got a hold of them, so I need to replace those. But they last about a year in normal temperatures and stuff like that inside of a truck. With the heat, you know, temperatures going up and down, they're not going to last as long. But it's a great way to, you know, get some energy in your body when you need it. You know, someone's sugar drops or whatever. It's a good choice to have something, some kind of snack in your car, something that's going to give you a couple hundred calories, keep you going. You know, when you get a little bit paranoid, I think you can go kind of crazy, setting things up, and you always feel like you don't have enough. You're not prepared for every single scenario. And like I said, most preparedness is in your mind. You have your mind right. You're prepared for any outcome, any situation that you can possibly think of. You're going to be a lot better off. So, am I prepared for anything? No, absolutely not. But I'm as prepared as I think I can be. within reason, without my wife wondering if I'm going crazy. But that said, let me know what my truck's missing. What does it need? What don't I have in here? Maybe a good book, you know, in case I get bored somewhere. And let me know if you want to see a video on that Go box and see what's in that bailout box, we call it, the Bob. Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.